Ra was the ancient Egyptian deity of the sun, creation, and kingship. As such, he was among the most important and widely worshipped deities in Egyptian mythology, most often identified as the supreme god. As the giver of life, Ra symbolized the power of the sun, bringing warmth, light, and fertility to the world. The ancient Egyptians believed that life could not continue without him. In Egyptian mythology, Ra is the creator of the universe. He rose from the primeval waters of Nun and created the world by speaking it into existence. He was thought to have brought forth the gods, humans, seasons, and the natural order. This made him central to Egyptian cosmology and a crucial figure in the faith's belief system. Ra's daily journey across the sky is one of his most famous myths. Egyptians believed that he traveled in a solar boat, bringing daylight to the world. When the sun set, he would descend into the underworld, Duat, where he had to battle Apophis, the great serpent of chaos, to ensure the sun's return the next day. His voyage was divided into 3 stages. In the morning, he was Khepri, the scarab beetle representing rebirth. At midday, he was Ra, the mighty sun god at his zenith. And by evening, he became Atum, the aged deity, preparing for his journey through the underworld. Ra was typically portrayed as a man with the head of a hawk, crowned with a sun disk, and the uraeus, a cobra symbolizing his divine power. Other symbols associated with him included the scarab beetle, representing renewal, and the solar boat, signifying his cosmic journey. His presence and influence were found in temples, tombs, and religious texts throughout Egypt. Egyptian pharaohs closely associated themselves with Ra, believing they were his earthly representatives. Many rulers adopted the title Son of Ra to affirm their divine legitimacy. The worship of Ra was centered in Heliopolis, one of the most important religious centers in ancient Egypt. Over time, Ra absorbed other deities into his identity, resulting in powerful hybrid gods such as Amun-Ra, the fusion of Ra and Amun, the hidden god, Ra-Horakhti, the union of Ra and Horus as the rising sun, and Atum-Ra, the combination of Ra and Atum, representing both the beginning and end of creation. Even as Egyptian religious beliefs evolved, Ra remained one of the most powerful gods in history. His symbolism of light, power, and renewal influenced later cultures and religions. Yahweh is the central figure of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, making him one of the most influential gods in history. In the Hebrew Bible, Yahweh is described as the creator of everything, the lawgiver, and the protector of the Israelites. Over time, belief in Yahweh shaped the way billions of people understand morality, justice, and the nature of the divine. The origins of Yahweh's worship are debated, but some scholars believe he was first worshipped in Canaan, Midian, or the Sinai region. Early on, he may have been seen as a storm or warrior god, but over time he became the one true God of the Israelites. The name Yahweh is often linked to the phrase "I am" from Exodus 3:14, where God speaks to Moses from the burning bush, emphasizing his eternal and unchanging nature. At first, the Israelites believed Yahweh was their God, but didn't necessarily deny the existence of others. However, as their religious beliefs developed, they came to see Yahweh as the only real God, and the idea of monotheism, the belief in one God, was born. Yahweh plays an active role in shaping the fate of his people. He makes a covenant, sacred agreement with Abraham, promising to make his descendants a great nation. Later, he appears to Moses on Mount Sinai, giving the 10 Commandments and the laws that form the foundation of Jewish religious life. Throughout the Bible, Yahweh is portrayed as a powerful, just, and sometimes jealous God who punishes those who disobey him, but also shows mercy to those who remain faithful. Christianity introduced a new idea, Jesus Christ as the Son of Yahweh. This led to the belief in the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, a concept that changed how Yahweh was understood. Instead of being one singular entity, Yahweh became part of a divine trio in Christian belief. Islam, on the other hand, maintains strict monotheism, referring to Yahweh as Allah. In Islam, Jesus is seen as a prophet, not divine, and Yahweh is worshipped as the one and only God, in line with early Jewish beliefs. Brahma is the Hindu god of creation, forming part of the Trimurti Trinity, alongside Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. While he is responsible for creating the universe and all living beings, he is the least worshipped among the three, with most devotion in Hinduism directed toward Vishnu and Shiva. Brahma is believed to have emerged from a cosmic golden egg, or the lotus that sprouted from Vishnu's navel. He is often depicted as an old man with 4 faces, symbolizing his all-encompassing knowledge. Each face is said to have recited one of the 4 Vedas, the sacred Hindu scriptures. His four arms represent the four directions, the four Vedas, and the four aspects of consciousness: mind, intellect, ego, and self-confidence. According to Hindu cosmology, Brahma is the architect of the universe. He is credited with creating humans, gods, demons, and all living beings. He also designed the natural laws that govern existence. However, unlike Vishnu and Shiva, who have ongoing roles in maintaining and destroying the universe, Brahma's job is finished once creation is set in motion. This is one reason why he is not actively worshipped today. One famous myth explains why Brahma has only 4 heads instead of 5. Originally, he had 5 faces, but when he became obsessed with Saraswati, his consort and goddess of wisdom, Shiva cut off his 5th head to teach him humility. Another story suggests that since Brahma once lied about being the supreme deity, Shiva cursed him to receive no temples or worship. Unlike Vishnu and Shiva, who have numerous temples, Brahma has very few dedicated to him. The most famous is the Brahma temple in Pushkar, India. Some Hindu traditions believe that since his role as the creator is complete, there is no need to worship him anymore. Others attribute his lack of worship to myths, where he is seen as flawed compared to Vishnu and Shiva. Despite his limited worship, Brahma remains one of the most important deities in Hindu philosophy. He represents knowledge, creation, and the infinite cycles of birth and rebirth. Marduk was the chief god of Babylon in Mesopotamian mythology and became the most powerful deity in the region. Originally a local god, he rose to supremacy in the Enuma Elish, the Babylonian creation myth, where he defeated the primordial chaos dragon Tiamat and established cosmic order. As a creator god, Marduk was credited with shaping the heavens and the earth, organizing the universe, and assigning roles to other deities. He was also a god of kingship, justice, and war, closely tied to Babylonian rulers who saw themselves as his representatives. His main temple, the Esagila, was a major religious center in Babylon, and the city's famous ziggurat of Babylon, often linked to the Tower of Babel, was dedicated to him. Over time, Marduk was equated with other deities, absorbing aspects of Ea, wisdom, and Enlil, making him the highest god in Mesopotamian theology. His legacy influenced later religious traditions, particularly in concepts of divine kingship and cosmic order. Odin is the chief god in Norse mythology, ruler of Asgard. He is associated with wisdom, war, magic, death, poetry, and prophecy. Unlike typical warrior gods, Odin is a complex figure, both a fearsome war deity and a mystical wanderer in search of knowledge. Odin is often depicted as an old bearded man wearing a cloak and a wide-brimmed hat. His most striking feature is his one eye, as he sacrificed the other at Mimir's well in exchange for wisdom and knowledge. He wields Gungnir, an unbreakable spear that never misses its target. 2 ravens, Huyin, thought, and Munin, memory, fly across the world to bring him information, while his wolves, Geri and Freki, accompany him. Odin's thirst for knowledge led him to perform extreme sacrifices. Besides giving up his eye, he hanged himself from Yggdrasil, the world tree, for 9 days and nights to uncover the secrets of the runes, unlocking magical abilities and wisdom. Odin plays a crucial role in Ragnarok, the Norse end-of-the-world prophecy. Despite his wisdom and preparation, he is fated to die at the hands of Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, during the final battle. However, his death marks the rebirth of the world, symbolizing the Norse belief in cyclical destruction and renewal. Hades is the Greek god of the underworld, governing the realm of the dead. He is one of the 3 powerful Olympian brothers alongside Zeus and Poseidon. Though feared by mortals, he was not considered evil, but rather a strict and impartial ruler. After the Titanomachy, the great war between the Olympian gods and the Titans, the universe was divided among Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Zeus claimed dominion over the sky, Poseidon took the seas, and Hades was given control of the underworld. Although he ruled an essential part of existence, Hades was often isolated from the other gods, rarely leaving his domain. He was responsible for maintaining order in the underworld, ensuring that souls remained in their designated places. Though feared in ancient Greece, Hades remains one of the most fascinating figures in mythology. His portrayal has evolved over time, influencing literature, films, and modern fantasy. Shiva is one of the most powerful and revered deities in Hinduism, known as the Destroyer and Transformer within the Trimurti. While his title as the Destroyer might sound ominous, Shiva is not a force of evil, but rather a force of cosmic balance, bringing destruction that leads to renewal and transformation. Shiva is often depicted as a mystical ascetic, covered in ash to symbolize detachment from material existence. His third eye represents wisdom and insight, capable of burning ignorance and illusion. He wears a snake Vasuki around his neck, symbolizing mastery over fear and death, and the crescent moon on his head signifies time and cosmic cycles. As the destroyer, Shiva does not bring destruction for its own sake, but rather as a means of clearing the old to make way for the new. His role ensures the continuation of the cosmic cycle, maintaining harmony in the universe. He is also known as the supreme yogi, embodying meditation, detachment, and spiritual enlightenment. His divine dance, Nataragas, Tandava, represents the rhythm of the universe, symbolizing creation, preservation, and destruction all at once. Despite his formidable nature, Shiva is also Bholanath, the compassionate one, known for his kindness and accessibility to his devotees. Shiva is worshipped in the form of the Shivalinga, representing his formless and infinite nature. His devotees celebrate Mahashivarvatri, a grand festival dedicated to his worship, where they engage in night-long prayers, fasting, and meditation. Shiva's teachings on meditation, detachment, and cosmic balance continue to influence Hindu philosophy, yoga, and spirituality worldwide, making him one of the most universally recognized figures in religious history. Zeus. Zeus is the chief deity of Greek mythology, ruling as the king of the Olympian gods and the god of the sky, thunder, and justice. He is the most powerful figure in Greek mythology, often depicted as a mighty, bearded god wielding a thunderbolt, symbolizing his control over the elements. Born to Cronus and Rhea, Zeus was hidden at birth to escape being devoured by his father. He later led the Titanomachy, a great war against the Titans, overthrowing Cronus and establishing the rule of the Olympian gods on Mount Olympus. As ruler, he maintained cosmic order, serving as both a protector and a punisher, upholding law and justice. Zeus was known for his numerous love affairs, fathering many important mythological figures such as Hercules, Perseus, Athena, and Apollo. Despite his wisdom and power, he was also portrayed as temperamental, often intervening in the affairs of gods and mortals alike. Worshipped throughout ancient Greece, Zeus was honored at the Olympic Games and in great temples, like the Temple of Zeus at Olympia, home to his famous statue, one of the seven wonders of the ancient world. His influence also extends beyond mythology, shaping modern storytelling and depictions of supreme deities in various cultures.